In this video, I want to cover 3 practical things about AI that I think every teacher should know. Number 1 is that you should think about chatbots as assistants, not search engines. If you use a chatbot just as a replacement for a search engine, you're missing out on much of the new useful stuff that you can do with an AI. Instead, you should think of chatbots as junior assistants that you can give a task and wait for it to complete the task and then verify the task afterwards, because it's a junior assistant, you can't really trust it. You can also use chatbots as a sounding board, just to sort out your own thoughts and have someone to discuss with. And the best chatbots right now can also be puzzle solvers or problem solvers, using reasoning and logic to attempt to solve quite tricky problems, and pretty often succeed at it. The second thing is that AI capabilities are pretty unpredictable, and we need to explore them frequently and continuously, and can't just assume that we know how AIs will react on perform on different tasks. And this is because of a number of things. The first one is that AI capabilities are improving rapidly. So if you have experiences that are, say, 6 months old, you can't rely on those to say what AI today are capable of and not. Second reason is that different chatbots have different capabilities. You might be stuck with a second grade chatbot without knowing it, and switching to another chatbot can give you much better results sometimes. Also, you have different instructions, so prompts to chatbots may make a big difference sometimes. We saw this in the early days of chatbots, when you asked them to reason step by step, think step by step, and then give me an answer. Their capabilities improved drastically, for example. And in general, the capabilities of human and AI are different. It's sometimes called the Jagged Frontier. And that means that things that we find easy might be difficult for chatbots, and conversely, things that we find really difficult might chatbots be, or AI systems be, really, really good at. And I'm going to show you an example of this just to make a point. This is a pretty complex diagram taken from a research article investigating long-term effects of how kids are cognitively affected by screen time. And if you look at this, study this diagram for 10 minutes or perhaps 2 hours, you might make sense of it. I don't know if I would, but I could take this image and just feed it to a chatbot and ask it to summarize the diagram and draw conclusions from it without any context other than this image provided to the AI. And it managed this quite well. At the end, it concludes that, well, gaming, but not passive watching or online socializing, is linked to positive cognitive development. So this diagram at least says that gaming is pretty good for your brain. And this is kind of impressive. From one image, it can deduce these kind of things. And then the same chatbot, which is one of the best ones you can find today, I handed this image of a clock, asking it, what time is it? And this is something that a human can do in a fraction of a second. And AI stumbles and it gets this wrong, which is, to us, remarkable. We find this task so much easier than the previous task, but it's not for an AI. And that the point of this is to say that we can't assume that AIs will fail on complex tasks because they failed at something simple we gave them, but also the converse that we can't assume that they will manage easy tasks just because they manage some hard tasks we gave them. All right, third point I want to make in this video is a very short one. Cheat detectors don't work. There are a number of services online claiming that they can detect whether a text is written by an AI or by a human, and they don't work. All the independent evaluations that have been done show that these AI detectors don't work. And the truth is that poorly made cheating, that's easy to detect for a machine as well as for a human. But well-made cheating is difficult to detect, even for experts. So we need to find new ways of managing home assignments, which I would say is a small example of how AI is affecting education, but we'll talk more about that in another video. And I'm going to show you an example of this as well. Here's Gemini, one of the best AI chatbots. And I'm asking it to write an essay on climate change in the style of a 15-year-old. Add some slight mistakes in the language and use the same tone as a 15-year-old would use. 1 page maximum. And it gives us this essay. It just takes just a few seconds to write an essay in the style of a 15-year-old. And then I take this text, copy it to the very same chatbot, and then I take a new chat window and just ask it, consider this text. Do you think it's written by a student or an AI? The chatbot that just wrote this text, and it says, I think it's likely written by a student, and then gives me a breakdown of the key indicators. Let's just have a look at the top again. Yeah, the essay you provided was likely written by a student. And it could have said it's written by an AI. The point is that it doesn't really know, and we can't rely on these kind of assessments. All right, so in summary, number one, we should treat chatbots as assistants, not primarily search engines. Number two, we need to explore the capabilities of AI. We can't assume that it will fail or succeed at tasks without actually trying. And we need to check this pretty often. And number three is that cheat detectors don't work. Before we end, there's time for an exercise. I want you to use a chatbot as an assistant or a sounding board. And here I've listed a number of chatbots that don't require login. I've mentioned them before, so I won't go into detail. And ideas for chat starters. Either give them a task to complete, like an assistant, a junior assistant, or you can use it as a sounding board and then take an actual problem that you've been working on or struggling with that you need to find out what to do with something in the upcoming days, and share that with the chatbot and using it as a sounding board to help you reflect on this. And don't stop with the first response. Continue talking to the chatbot until you get something that you find useful, or you just give up, which could happen as well. All right. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.